A question hangs in the air. When you look at Red Hulk and Abomination, who is truly the monster? Two giants, both born from science and ambition, a pair of beings whose rage rivals only their tragic flaws. But to answer that question, we have to step back. To a lab, to a war zone, to the heart of what makes a monster. Let's start with the Abomination, Emil Blonsky. Once he was a soldier, a specialist, expert in combat, a man who knew his own limits. But this, for Blonsky, was the problem. Those limits, the original Hulk, that brute force of nature, had always been something Blonsky envied and feared. If only he could harness that power for himself. And so, Blonsky volunteered for the impossible. A modified super-soldier serum. Gamma radiation, a blend of science that had already unleashed one Hulk upon the world. Except this time, the result wasn't green with envy. It was grotesque. The Abomination emerges, twisted, scale-covered, standing even taller than the Hulk. No more ordinary man. But crucially, Blonsky kept his intellect. All his training, all his bitterness, now amplified by monstrous power. Abomination is rage, but it's also ego. He enjoys the destruction. He sees himself as superior, no longer human, but not really heroic. His choices start wars, raise cities, leave scars no gamma ray can erase. Then there's Red Hulk, the man behind the scarlet skin. General Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross, a man obsessed. For years, Ross made hunting the Hulk into his life's mission, a quest that twisted duty into vendetta. Saw Banner as a threat, an abomination in his own right. As for Ross, containing the Hulk wasn't enough. He needed to prove himself the better man. When the chance came to become the very thing he hated, Ross seized it. Advanced science, radiation. A cocktail arranged by his own enemies, Ross was reborn as Red Hulk. Unlike the original, he didn't lose himself to mindless rampage. Instead, Ross became hate in physical form, a towering brute with cunning and military precision. He was everything he despised, but somehow, Red Hulk believed himself to be above it, a weapon for order rather than chaos. But Red Hulk's story is more complicated. Unlike Blonsky, he isn't out merely for havoc. Every punch is a means to an end. He turns cities upside down, but behind the glowing eyes is a man with plans, motives. He's willing to cross the line, to endanger lives, if it means achieving what he sees as justice. Justice, or perhaps just triumph. So who is the real monster? Abomination is a creature of envy. His transformation was born of wanting what he could never have. His power is a blunt instrument, wielded against anything and everything. When Abomination attacks, it isn't personal, it's territorial. His monstrous side is out in the open, every scale an angry roar, a warning that he's no longer a man. Red Hulk, however, is a mask. Underneath the rage burns calculation and resentment. Ross became exactly what he hated most. He is both hunter and hunted, caught in a loop of revenge. Red Hulk's monstrosity isn't just physical, it's in every choice to cross that moral boundary, to use terror as a tactic. Destroying the Hulk is less about protecting people and more about feeding his own obsessions. When these two giants clash, it isn't just strength versus strength. It's two philosophies of monstrosity.
All monsters.
Blonsky, unleashed, wants domination, a show of force. Ross wants retribution, to bend the world to his will, even if he has to become everything he spent his life fighting against. As they collide, buildings fall. Each believes they can outmonster the other. But at the end of the day, who wears the title monster best? Is it the one who embraces his new form, who accepts he's lost his humanity, Abomination, the walking warning sign? Or is it Red Hulk, who believes he can harness the monster within, use it for righteous ends, and denies how far he's fallen? Maybe the tragedy is this. Both men started with human ambitions. Both became something more or less than human. But where Abomination is honest about what he's become, Red Hulk clings to the idea that his cause justifies his curse. That's the difference. In the Marvel Universe, monsters were many shapes. Some announce themselves, some hide behind uniforms, medals, or a burning sense of justice. Whether it's Abomination or Red Hulk, the real monstrosity, isn't in muscle or mutation at S, in what they willing to do, in who they become when nothing stands in their way. So, stand them shoulder to shoulder, fists clenched, eyes burning. Ask again, who is the monster? Maybe the answer isn't which one looks the part, maybe it's who chooses to be one.